Welcome back, folks, for more Let's Play the Pandora Directive. Close panel. And I will end conversation.
Talking to Ellis was like entering the Twilight Zone. All this hocus-pocus about aliens and quarantines. And what's the story of the Pandora device Ellis referred to? I wonder if it could be linked to the boxes Malloy sent out.
It's very possible. So let's go back to our office and see if we might find something else out about these boxes. Texas office is as good a place as any to start digging in. Now, these are called puzzle boxes for a pretty good reason. Now, we got that with a whole bunch of holes on the top. And then we've got this one. Let's examine it.
Looks like the tiles on the top of the box can be moved around. Now if I can just find out what pattern they need to be in.
Strangely enough, they need to be in that pattern. Heh. But maybe you remember seeing something like this before. Just maybe. There you are. Remember that tapestry? Okay, now, what we have here is a slider puzzle, and they give us practically no time whatsoever to put things in the right order. So I'm going to save, increment the file. Whoops. And if I solve it in the first, I'm going to solve this until I get it under the time limit. And when I do, well, I will have a huge chunk of this video to cut out. So, no big deal there, right? Right. We do not have a lot of time here, so I'm just looking at, see, we have 1 minute to do this. It's not a whole lot of time. We want And there we go. Took a few tries, but I got it with the maximum score. Ha!
Looks like a module of some sort and some small metal pegs.
A module and some small metal pegs, huh? Let's see, where is... pegs and a module. Well, maybe you've guessed it by now. I'm going to save this over that one. Yes. Yes. And we need to remember that that particular thing had slots in the top and it needs pegs. However, we have no idea what the little things on the top are. Luckily, I've played this game before. We got that. We need the flight schedule. And we need something. Where is it? Flight schedule. The map. There we go. Now I will save. And this puzzle is not really completely fair, because it's really difficult to tell that you're supposed to combine the flight schedule and the map with the box. The pegs is fair. The flight schedule map is not. Because this is something I had to figure out through brute force a long time ago, because the top didn't really resemble anything, and it still doesn't. But anyway, we'll take a look. This one is not time-based. It is more just, you can only move, you have 17 pegs, and you've got to put one in each hole. Well, what you need to do is you match up this schedule with this map down here, and then assert the pegs in kind of this order: Calcutta, India to Urumqi, China. So, you notice that this really doesn't match up with this at all. Not in the very least. So we need to find Calcutta. And we need to see how that is kind of not marked. Well, these unmarked pegs, you notice how you have some of these dots that are marked with the red dot and some that aren't. The ones that are marked with the red dot will be the ones with stars. The ones that are not will be the plane. And what you're looking for is positioning of the cities relative to each other, instead of positioning the cities relative to where they are on the map. I mean, if you were, see how number 1 is Calcutta to Urumqi? Well, if you tried to look on the far left for two that were directly north and south to each other, you got nothing. So you're looking for two holes that are both open and directly north and south of each other. Well, if you look, we got that hole, that hole, that hole, that hole, that hole. Those 6, I mean. And these two are directly north and south of each other. So that's, we put one here, and then 2 here, and we get a line. That tells us we're doing it correctly. Bombay to Dhaka, well, let's see. Bombay is here. Dhaka is not perfect, and this is where it gets a little sticky. Number 2 could be in a great many places, but we are looking at, we either need to go here to here, here to here, here to here. But if you look at, it's kind of not directly that way. But if I'm correct, number 2, here to here. And we get another line. Number 3, Kathmandu to Rangoon. Kathmandu and Rangoon. They're both stars. And they're not quite 45 degrees. I think it's these two. Kathmandu to Rangoon. Nope, that was wrong. Which one is it? Is it these two? Okay, that would be number 3. So let's reload. And we will start over. Same rules as before. 1. Then 2 goes here. But you get the idea, correct? Am I right this time? Okay, now number 4, Madras to Bangkok. There. And they're directly across from each other. We've got Madras here to Bangkok. Phnom Penh to Beijing. A lighted that's almost directly above it. Well, not quite. It's actually got a little bit of a tilt here. Now we got this one. You may also notice that all these are creating a little mark here in the center. 6. I'm Bandar Seri Bagwan to Hanoi. To Hanoi. Now that looks like we go here. And then here. And we get that line. Then Tokyo to Pyongyang. Tokyo. Pyongyang. There are 2 lights. Go here. To here. Then Shanghai to Guangzhou. Top to bottom. Most people hate this puzzle because they think it's supposed to represent the map. Once you get all those, a singular hole opens up there. And it opens. And we have max points once again.
This box contains a module similar to the one in the first box. There's also a slide.
A slide, is it? So let's take a look at the slide.
With a picture of some strange object.
Item 186.
If Malloy put it in the
power
box,
cell.
it must be important. Seems to be a modular attachment. Must hook up with other pieces. Unless I miss my guess, this is a section of the Pandora device.
Very possible. So you know who we need to go talk to, right? Let's go see. Since we've got a slide to this power cell, maybe Archie will be able to clue us in on it. You think? And just because. San Francisco. Got the Cosmic Connection again. Travel 2.
Oh, did you change your mind about the herbal tea, Murphy? It's great for insomnia, among other things. Did you know that the experts actually speculated that it was the aliens that taught
that sounds fascinating. Look, I'm sorry to come by so late, but I just need to ask you a couple of quick questions.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get a little hyped up, when I meet somebody that, knows what's going on. I have got a lot of what I think are brilliant theories, but, it's hard to find someone you can trust.
Indeed it is.
Listen, Archie, what can you tell me about this power cell?
Well, according to Malloy, there were 2 of them on the spacecraft recovered at Roswell. The research scientists decided that it was some sort of alien battery, and they tried to break one down. The other one was cataloged and stored somewhere in the Roswell complex. You think you're the first person who ever wanted to get in there? Heck, every UFOologist in the world would love to get in there and take a look around the complex.
So why don't they?
Well, look, first of all, it's secured. The military, they don't want anybody getting in there. It's only accessible with top-level security clearance.
Well, have you got any top-level security clearance?
Well, no.
Well, do you know where I can get some?
No.
Well, I guess I'm just wasting your time.
Kind of.
People say I'm crazy?
Yeah, we want to break into Roswell, apparently. Fancy that. But that is for next time. I think it's a pretty good point to cut the video here, and I will be back next time when we talk to Fitzpatrick one last. Actually, we're pretty close to the end of the day. But we will go ahead and talk to Fitzpatrick next time. See you then, folks. Take care of everybody.